this story as it broke this afternoon. Yesterday we did the big, long layout of the futility of the Dallas Cowboys low these many years, going all the way back to, the deal at the crossroads to bring in Barry Switzer, to eke out one more Super Bowl win, and then the 30 years of futility, of near misses, almosts, and however else you'd like to term it. I know in Dallas, I got a bunch of creative expletives from friends of mine that are fans of the Dallas Cowboys coming out of Sunday's debacle, because that's what it was, right? It was cosmetic. If you didn't watch the game, then maybe you said, hey, you know what? They must have pulled away late. No. Quite the opposite, as you all well know, and stats for cosmetic purposes looked a lot better. But Jerry Jones, in issuing the statement related to the retention of Mike McCarthy, got very deep into the regular season. Quote, Mike is the highest regular season winning percentage of any head coach in Cowboys history, and we'll dedicate ourselves in partnership with him to translate that into reaching our postseason goals. 36-15 over the last 3 years, folks. Regular season success gets you only so far. And I guess that's the immediate reaction. Some chuckles, some Michael Jordan-like shrugs as the information started to parse its way down the interwebs this afternoon, as you're going, all right, we always talk about the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Well, that's where we're at in this particular case, legitimately. 3 straight years, 12-5 regular seasons, only to be ousted in the playoffs. More from Jerry Jones. Quote, I believe this team is very close and capable of achieving our ultimate goals. And the best step forward with us will be with Mike McCarthy as our head coach. All right, just let's dissect the first part of that first sentence. Right, it tells you everything you need to know. Was he actually watching the game in the suite? What else was going on? I think there were the Critics' Choice Awards were going on during that on Sunday. Maybe he was enamored with the fact that the Bear kept winning all sorts of awards, or the people of Succession were back together for another. I don't know. But he sure as hell is not leaning into anything he watched in the start of the evisceration of his Dallas Cowboys by Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Because we watched march after march, that long methodical march to start the game. Are you kidding me? The unrest, uneasiness of all of those gathered in Dallas at that stadium. And now you say, well, we're very close. Hey, Jason Smith, very close to reaching our goals. And Mike McCarthy has to stay there to achieve them. How are you, buddy?
Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry. I couldn't get Jerry Jones off the phone. He wanted me to come and be the offensive coordinator. And I said, listen, it would be a pay cut, and I'd have to do whatever he wanted, and no criticizing the Cowboys on the air. And he wouldn't take no. I said, dude, I got the show going on now. And he says, oh, I'm sorry. So I just had to make nice to them for a couple minutes there. Okay. So I'm sorry that I am hopping on here a little late. That's
no worries.
That's on me.
Do you think he brings back Kellen Moore?
Well, he asked me to be the OC, so, I don't know.
Well, you turned him down saying you'd rather do radio with me and talk about him.
Well, because, the thing is, there's a little bit more security in that. I would be in the OC.
It goes back to, my theory on the best head coaching job out there is still Carolina's. Generational wealth, and when it goes wrong, it ain't going to be your fault. Everybody's going to look over at drink throwing Tepper over there and Tepper tantrums.
Just win like 3 games. That's all I ask. Just win like 3 games. Win like 3 games. No, you know what the best part of this is now is all of this today. And I don't know if you want to get conspiracy theory, because let's have a little fun with this, with Mike McCarthy coming back. Because I guarantee you, every single person when they saw that story just went, bah! Cowboys are bringing back Mike McCarthy. I bet Stephen A. Smith had his cowboy hat on already. Like, I'm ready to just laugh.
I think he's just got that on it just auto.
Yeah, I think he sleeps in it.
Yeah, I don't think he takes it off. I think he's had it actually surgically implanted on his head. And he walks out wearing it. I don't have to worry about dressing anymore. I just wear this out, wear it home.
It snaps right in like Lego hair.
Do you think the NFL, do you think the other team said, hey, listen, they all got together and they said, all right, look. This is a pretty entertaining year in the NFL. Yes, very entertaining. Playoffs are kind of wide open. Yeah. And the Cowboys were good. Yeah, we say. But they weren't great. No. let's make sure the Cowboys stay this way. Because I don't want them to go higher. Because we said last night, that's the one thing that 31 other teams are afraid of, that Jerry Jones would finally bite the bullet and say, okay, Bill Belichick, okay, Jim Harbaugh, okay, Mike Vrabel, okay, Pete Carroll, this job is yours, build a culture, and I want to win. That's what everybody's afraid of. But Jerry Jones is not going to do that. So I think the other teams all got together and said, all right, do you think we can convince Jerry that for the good of the league, that it's best when the Cowboys are good and then they flame out spectacularly?
Good, but not great, yeah.
Because look at the last 3 years, 12-win regular seasons. Hey, it's great. The Cowboys have been good. They've lost big games. They won a lot of games. Very exciting. They get to the playoffs, and they get drubbed and go home, and it's very emotional, and fans love it. Do you think they convinced you, hey, you've done a lot, money, good of the league. Hey, bring McCarthy back next year. Because I can guarantee it would be more of the same. We're going to get more of the same. That's the best part, isn't it? Now we're going to get the exact same season for the Cowboys next year that we had this year. They'll be good enough. They'll win 11 or 12. Well, they'll probably win 12 games because that's what they do with McCarthy. And then they'll lose their first playoff game. And it'll be great. We're going to get everything is going to be the same. For a team that needed more and needed change, there's going to be no change. So we're going to get exactly the same thing next year. And maybe the NFL realize that today. Let's call and make sure Jerry Jones is on board with this. And he decides today, well, got to bring Mike back. Apparently they told me they're going to talk about us all the time if we win a bunch of games and then lose in the playoffs again. So we're going to keep going here with the McCarthy train. So sorry, Jim. Sorry, John. Sorry, Jay. Well, you're not that great a special teams coach. Sorry, Bill. Sorry, Pete. We're going to move on here with how things in Dallas. Things are going to be status quo here in Dallas.
Well, there's two pieces that I follow up with then. What if Harbaugh, Belichick, Vrabel, and Pete Carroll didn't answer their phones? Or had a very brief conversation, said, yeah, no, thank you. Leaving them standing, holding the bag, and staring back at Mike McCarthy once again. That's part one. Part two, there's an official sponsor for everything Dallas Cowboys related. So now we slap a logo on it that says the official bum slayers of your National Football League. Because when it matters, when the opponents rise high, we fall short.
Now, wait a minute. Now, they've beaten some teams that were decent. It's not like they always beat bad. Now, they do beat bad teams a lot. When they play really good teams, they lose. But they win some. Sometimes they beat good teams. It doesn't happen all. But they got to beat them sometimes because then we don't talk about it. Then suddenly, look, you can't. Then now you're the Dolphins. You can't beat anybody who's any good. You beat all the teams that stink.
So are the Dolphins the official bum slayers? I'm trying to slap this tag on a team.
Didn't the Cowboys lose to the Jets?
Oh, what you need is the new logo should be, you want to make money, not the Cowboys anymore. It's just the Dallas Status Quo. That's the name of the team. Hey, Status Quo are playing the Steelers this week. You gonna watch? Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Status Quo. They're sticking with the same. We are guaranteed the same results next year as we are this year. That's the best part.
Well, but you know what? 12-5. It goes back to the argument and discussion points we've had with Mike Tomlin a bunch, right? Would you rather be good and in the mix, and then you're in the wishing, wanting, hoping that one or two things go your way that take you over the top? Because think about it. Even that Buffalo game against the Steelers the other day started off, right, 21-0, boat racing them. Well, then it got interesting, right? It became a one-score game. Josh Allen tries to YOLO ball it or make a run and gets it, a strip sack. I know T.J. Watt wasn't playing, but just play with me here for a second. And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a ball game, and there's chaos. So being in the mix might be what Jerry Jones is saying. Like, we're relevant. And Mike McCarthy, we had a great offensive year. By the numbers, because this is where you get like a Scott Boras-like figure in front of him, because you could pull out all these stats. Look how great and prolific Dak's offense was with Mike McCarthy calling it. Look, this was the right move. This is what you should be doing. Oh, it's easy to sell. Look, we've already been down to the crossroads, right? We talked about that, and I opened the show with it as we were efforting getting you off the phone with Jerry Jones, is that once upon a time he made that deal with the devil. And here we are once again, hoping that it's going to go. The devil basically said, I'll give you one more year with McCarthy.